Hello everyone, welcome back to the Lord of the Rings Online. This is Gnarlo here. Say hello to everybody, Gnarlo. Good boy, when last we left off, we were down here in Nona's cave. The last time we were officially down here in Gnarlo land. And we were running through all these quests. We were on Book 10, Chapter 11, which was Return to Bir Tor. And we were supposed to talk to all these people. But before we do that, you saw my last little 2 mini episodes. We labeled B and C. We were actually leveling up Glinorin. Getting Glinorin, our dwarf, caught up with Gnarlo here. We are going to keep him caught up with Gnarlo from now on. But the reason why is because of Gleowine's map over here. He's got these interludes we can do. And we are going to take on interlude number 1, Many Worries. Because there's these 4 interludes that are available so far. And number 4 turns out differently. Number 4 proceeds differently depending on whether you made a choice one way or the other back in the Shire way back several books ago. So we'll discuss that one when we get there. But we're going to do Interlude 1 first, which is Many Worries. And before we do that,
speak to each of the survivors and learn what will make them most happy.
Let's sit here and go to Interlude, the Grey Company, Many Worries. There we are. Let's go ahead, add that to the tracker. Let's look at the bestowal, the history. Your eye is drawn west across the map beyond the borders of Rohan and comes to rest upon the rocky hills of Dunland. You wonder what has become of Halbarad and the Grey Company since you left them. As you study the contours of Gleowine's map, your mind is drawn to wonder what has befallen the Grey Company in the time since you left them. And then they say it again for a 3rd time, just to be sure that you've got the objective down. This is a repeatable quest, is it now, that you have never completed? All right. Well, we are going to complete this one then and see how it goes here. So, how do we...
Speak to each of the survivors and learn what will make them most happy.
What is it we got to do to get this going again? Ah, Gleowine's map. That's what it is. Why are we clicking on Gleowine? So, there we go. Many Worries. Meanwhile, in Dunland, Halbarad has many things about which to worry. Oh, we get to play as Halbarad, huh? As a level 85 Halbarad, anyway. Well, let's see how this is going to turn out. This should be fun. Be interesting to see if you could get down here as like a level 20 or something. Get transported down here somehow and protected to get here. Oh, there's Tal Mathadris. There's that cursed Dunlanding city where we got betrayed.
Meanwhile, Halbarad of the Dunedain struggles to decide the best course of action for the rangers under his command.
At least I thought that's what that was. Okay. It would be interesting if you could possibly get down here as a much lower level character and see just how it turned out. Halbarad, might I have a word? Is that Elro here? One of Elrond's sons, I believe. Yes, Elro here. My brother returned from his sojourn in the mountains, and he says a small group of warriors makes their way hither. More of the Falcon clan, I asked him, but he was not certain. He has gone back with Radinir to cut them off before they arrive. Elro here pauses, and you can tell he's struggling to find the right words. Soon he continues. Let's boost up the font size a little bit so we're not straining our eyes throughout this whole thing. We have been through much, my friend, and will certainly see more danger before we find Aragorn. But I feel I must ask, why do we linger in Tal Mathadris? I understand that much hurt was done to us here, and the desire to avenge our fallen is great, but delay may prove as deadly. Explain to Elro here that the time for delay is over. Then you agree that the time has come to leave this place. I am glad to hear it. You should tell your men it is so. Some of the men expressed a desire to leave soon. Talk to Ceradan in Tor Mulva. Talk to Goladir up the hill. And talk to Calenglad by the entrance to the ruins atop the hill. Okay. Shouldn't be too difficult. Let's just follow the rings on the map. Strange that the earth rumbles and shakes as it often has of late. Not again. Which one are you? Can't tell. Ranger apart without a subtitle. Ceradan. The rumbling in the earth is getting worse, Halberad. I do not like it. Ceradan listens as you explain that it is time for the Grey Company to leave Tal Methadris. That is wise. I have already decided it was time to leave, and I wanted to see if you agreed with me. I wish to leave Tal Methadris, but I wish to travel north, not south. Ceradan sees your puzzled expression and hurries to explain. Many of our brothers have fallen on this road, and it grieves me to think they must be laid to rest in these hostile southern lands. They are Dunedain. They should be brought back to the northern lands they held dear. I propose to bring their bodies by wagon back to their homes. All right. I do not wish to abandon Aragorn, but our brothers deserve better than they have gotten. You agree? Thank you, Halberad. I will see to making the arrangements at once. Okay, glad to know that you idiot. There are people dying all over the place by the will of Sauron and Saruman and orcs rampaging everywhere. And what are y'all worried about? Y'all worried about what the damn Dunedain down there in southern Gondor. Let's make tombs for our dead. Yeah, let's not worry about the living. No, I had those just right. Careful. The earth rumbles and you hear Coronir's frustrated exclamations. Why are y'all doing that? Are y'all building some kind of trap or something? Coronir and I have been collecting the weapons the Falcon clan left behind when we drove them into the caves. This accursed shaking in the earth is making it more difficult than it need be. Guladir listens as you explain your decision for the Grey Company to continue on this road, and his face becomes a thundercloud. That is an impossibility, Halberad. We cannot leave yet. Lou Brennan still lives, and his cronies. You cannot have forgotten the wounds he gave us, and he lives that his treachery cost, and the lives his treachery cost. We must have our vengeance upon him before we go. All right. Another idiot. See, that's why the Rangers, Lou Brennan must pay for his betrayal. Halberad, I agree with Guladir. The Falcon clan is too dangerous to ignore. See, this is why throughout the entire game, the Rangers pretty much have me doing all of their hard work and all their busy work and completing all their quests and everything for them. It's not just because they're lazy. They're also freaking stupid. Calenglad. I'm really wondering if this rumbling is going to bury the Falcon clan in the cave. Do you see that kind of coming here? Did you feel those rumblings in the earth, Halberad? They are getting worse. It almost sounds as if... Well... Calenglad trails off embarrassed. You prompt him to continue, but his tone remains sheepish. Well, it sounds as if a great beast was running beneath the earth, shaking the ground with the fury of its passage. Could such a creature be? I think you've never seen the giant cave crawler. Never seen the giant cave crawler in the library of Moria, have you? You may think such musings are the province of children's tales, but I have seen many strange and wondrous things in my life, Halberad. And learning of these wonders keeps me putting one foot before the other. If there is such a beast, we must know if it poses a threat to our people, and the good people of Dunland, mustn't we? Okay, talk to Radinir in Tur Mova, south of Calenglad. Can you say with absolute certainty that the shaking of the earth is not a threat to us? I cannot. It is one of my worries. Okay, so let's go and find Radinir. Speak to him. Hey, what the heck is going on? I'm feeling like Forrest Gump running around here. Okay. Is he gonna be down here? Is he gonna be down this way toward the gate? My guess is he's gonna be kind of down toward the gate. Let's see, just to be sure. They did say south of them, right? Yeah, south of Calenglad. And that was Calenglad. We don't seem to be coming across them. Another respect where, yeah, it would be nice to have the quest tracker turned on and just push the button and... Well, let's see a second. Hang on a second. Do I have the quest tracker turned on? No. Does not look that way. Let's make sure we have it turned off. Options? UI. Make sure I had the quest tracker turned off after all that running around and... Oop, I do have the quest guide turned on, so let's make sure that is turned off there. There. Didn't want to have stuff start popping up on my map. Yeah, this is where, like I said, having the quest tracker turned on and just turn it on and a ring appear. Huh, I bet he's actually up this way, closer to the thingy, isn't he? Let's run up this way. He's like probably closer to the cave mouth there. Maybe? Let's try up this way and see if a ring appears. Yep, there's a ring right over there, isn't there? Yep, he was up yonder. For some reason I had my directions kind of mixed up. I guess you could go technically 2 ways south of him. And the way I picked wasn't the right way. It'd be nice if these rangers ever rode their damn horses. I know you got them. You came riding up on them whenever y'all finally caught up with Gandalf and the gang. Whenever you did finally find Aragorn. Alright, Radnir. You have stumbled into the middle of a surprise attack, Halbarad. Are you willing to fight alongside me? Radnir laughs. Oh, you are on the right side of the ambush this time. We are doing the ambushing. Eladan and I have lured a small group of the Falcon clan back here. They think they have us on the run, but they are about to be surprised. Are you ready? Fight alongside Radnir in Tur Morva. This way, Halbarad, and quietly. That elf has played us for fools. He has given us the slip. We are undone. Yep, let's see how well... Let's see how well that Halbarad fights here. You got Blood of the Dunedain, Quick Stab, Wide Sweep, and Great Courage. Okay. Where you said Eladan was with you. Where's Eladan? Well done, well done. Prestidir, I am not used to you being on this side of an ambush. Radnir, did you choose not to help because you were busy working on your wit, Prestidir? I cannot believe you allowed Lou Brennan to live. Yeah, well, Guladir, you've already been absolute worthless back in Angmar, so yeah, I don't need to know about your revenge fantasies, okay? Prestidir. This is the situation in which we find ourselves, Halbarad. The Falcon clan harries us from the mountains and caves into which they fled. The earth shakes and rumbles more and more with each passing day. Our numbers diminish the further south we travel. Brothers and friends lost to death or to urgent need in distant lands. You are a leader. What road or roads do we take from here? How then does the Grey Company proceed? Prestidir looks at you expectantly, and you know that you must dispatch some members of your group to deal with each of these situations. For now, you must think about how best to deal with the various roads ahead. Completed interlude, many worries. Alright, so in the meantime, we don't actually make the decision. We just get to see that, boy, they were having a rough time back there. I'm glad to see that you are getting a earful and a brainful of ranger, just like I have all this time, Halbarad. You see what your kinfolk are like? Can't do nothing by themselves. It's been 15 minutes. I think we have time maybe to do interlude number 2. We'll take a look at it. Completed interlude. Many worries. All right. So we can do those multiple times. Is that what they said? Are these like dailies? That's the impression I'm getting. The repeatable quest you have previously completed. Indeed, it's a repeatable. Did we get experience or anything for it? Don't know. I'll have to take a look at that again. See whether we got experience. It looks like these interludes like daily quests. You can repeat the little storyline thing and get experience for it. I'll pay attention at the end of it whenever it happens this time. Interlude number 2. One more journey. Okay. Another repeatable quest we've never finished. Let's take a look. Yes, I accept it. Nope. Yes, no, no. Alright. Many worries. There we go. That's the one. Accept it. There. Okay. Oh, so there we go. So, alrighty. Up, the Fall Festival is here. Yes, indeed it is. We've been doing the Fall Festival. I guess because we came back to the main map. That's the one with the party tree with all the trick-or-treat goodies that are going on now and everything else. But at the moment, we are not going to continue along with it. Is Gleowine's map not going to let me do one more journey? There we are. So you got to accept it, and then you got to click on the map again, and then you got to accept this. And we get to be Saradan once more. Meanwhile, in the Inidwaith, Saradan brings a wagon of his fallen brothers north for one last journey. All right, so first we're going to do the fallen soldiers, taking our fallen brethren north. Stupid, silly, ridiculous.
Meanwhile, Saradan of the Dunedain travels north with the bodies of his fallen brethren, determined to lay them to rest.
We're on the old way. Remember that. It's been a long time since we've been on the old way, too. Like that cart. When can I get one of those? See, that's one thing. This would be nice, LOTRO. Just throwing it out there to Standing Stone. This would be nice. You know how World of Warcraft has all the different kind of mounts and all that. They've got elephant mounts and, you know, the motorcycles and flying brooms. They've got all these things, and they're all sweet. They're all nice. I'm not going to suggest eagles because that's ridiculous. That's really lore breaking and all that. But how about instead of every mount we have being a goat or a horse or something, how about giving us a wagon? Give us a wagon mount so we can carry people with us, you know, have 3 or 4 people hop on it in the wagon with us, have us travel steed at warrior, what am I thinking, war steed speeds, or have it go at the steeds of one of the stable horses. That would be cool. Have it stable horse speed and be able to carry multiple people. So if someone had to go AFK or something like that, or you needed to help transport one of your buddies, you could do it in the wagon instead of always having to try and get your hunter, to bring a hunter on to give you a ride somewhere, give you a map somewhere. Just a suggestion. All right. Let's talk to Radonir here. I want a wagon is what I'm trying to say. Preferably a hobbit wagon. See, you can make various wagons. You can make this kind of wagon. You can make a hobbit wagon. You can make a dwarf wagon, like what we've seen behind that gate that I'm seriously wanting to get into and brief. All sorts of things. Radonir. All right, let's boost up the font again. I am sorry I've made a stop, Saradan, but something is not right. Do you feel it? I feel a chill in my very bones. I have not felt such dread since I do not wish to say. Radonir shudders. We have driven this wagon with our fallen brothers this far already, and we have much farther to go yet. But I want to set my mind at ease before we proceed. Do you agree, Saradan? Then walk with me for a short while. We will not go far. Walk with Radonir and investigate the sudden chill. Saradan, walk this way with me if you will. The chill intensifies. Do you feel that? Stay alert, Saradan. I am alert. fact, I bought several alerts just so long. I'm not only a alert, I've got 3 alerts. Alright, what am I staying alert for? Ooh, cursed Oathbreakers. Oathbreakers! Oathbreakers of the Forsaken Road! Boy, that's a ton of Oathbreakers. Stay back, faithless ones. Curse Brutal. Ceradan, ready yourself. We've seen how little honor these shades possess. If the pup reaches into the fire and is burned, who is to blame, the pup or the flame? See who you are. Curse Britu. I offer you no words of contrition, Dunedain. If you seek out men such as we are, you deserve any ill that befalls you. Learn the lesson and put your trust in those who deserve it. We abandoned the mountain, thinking to escape the chain of our suffering, but there was no escape from it. There was no end to our days, no relief from the night. Only fools stumbled upon us, and those paid with their lives. If you seek the dead, only the dead awaits you. But my people learn from yours that our curse may yet be lifted. If an heir of Isildur lives still as your kin pretended, the glimmer of that hope may be rekindled. We love you not, but we will not slay you this night. We return to the mountain. We will not come this way again. Allow the Oathbreakers to pass. Oops, too far away, okay. To the mountain we return to await the ending of our curse, if such a thing may be. Alright, nice to see them move on by. I hope that all these interludes go like this. These are nice. These are very nice. I'm glad that the encouragement and all to the reminder, number one, that they were there, and the encouragement to continue along with them have been very nice. Thank you. I did not think to encounter these dead men again, Ceradan. Many of our friends and brothers were slain at their hands. How many went beneath the earth along the Forsaken Road and did not return into the daylight? Good men all. Radinir pauses, and you can read his thoughts on his face, as plain as day, even in the gloom of night. The Oathbreakers have abandoned the Forsaken Road, Ceradan. Now it is time for us to return here and rescue the bodies we were forced to leave behind. We must bring them back above ground and to the wagon of our fallen. We must do this at once. Let us go, and quickly. I thought that was a little short. Ooh, nice. Once again, we're in the artwork of Barrows of Men. I do kind of remember this battle. I remember this battle a bit. It has been quite a while. Don't think going to look up how long ago it was, but I'm sure it's been a couple of years. But I do kind of remember playing with Gnarlo down in these parts. This place holds mainly painful memories, Ceradan. Let us find the bodies of our fallen kinsmen and leave as quickly as we are able. Fight alongside Radinir in the Forsaken Road. We sure will. Let me just get a coffee first. Ah, there we go. Continue the quest. The Oathbreakers may be gone, but there could be other dangers along the Forsaken Road. Can't remember who it was that tried to pretend that he was a Isildur's heir during that time. Wide sweep. Make your own luck. We must save our fallen kin from rats, Ceradan. They deserve better. Again, I understand the whole concept of Dunedain Strike. I understand the whole concept of, yeah, we want to make sure that we are helping out our kinfolk, and they deserve better than this. I understand all that. Vile things. But there's no point in throwing away lots and lots of good lives to avenge or whatever other lives, you know. The dead will be here. We can go ahead and we can go and get, sure, no man left behind. But the dead are going to be here. They're not going anywhere. So how about we take care of what's going on before and then we can come back and get these. Find where each of them fell. Let's see. What did we have? I wasn't paying attention there. All this stuff going by. Saradan, 5 of our kinsmen did not emerge from this place. Find where each of them fell, and we will begin carrying them to the wagon. Watch out for the rats. Pay your respects to your kinsmen who fell along the forsaken road. You gaze upon the fallen form of Hodhan, and think of the delight upon his face each time he recovered a curious artifact from the ruins of Innuminos. Many were the nights you spent warming yourself by the fire while Kalanglad explained to Hotan the historical significance of the artifact he found, and the memory brings a smile to your face even now. This grim road should not be his tomb. You and Radonir will see to it that he rests at last along the shores of Nunuyal that he loved so much. Or that he so loved. Yeah, sometimes I'll editorialize a bit. We'll ad-lib a little bit because I'm just skipping along here, and my brain doesn't work so good. Hotan lived in service to the Grey Company and fell upon the Forsaken Road. Okay, so let's move on along here. Forsaken Rats. Love area effects whenever they're appropriate. Okay, I'm going to bring this too. There we go. Let's bring that one bigger. And I can better find whenever things pop up like that. And attack. And down you go. Alright, which one is this? Corpse of a Fallen Ranger. Mourning the Fallen Kinsman. Calathiel kept to himself, and in that way he was much like Aragorn, your chieftain. He strode often in the troll shaws neath the moon, and it was he who introduced Radonir to Elwelleth at Torrenthad. He used to jest that he did it only to make things difficult for Radonir. He will rest more easily beneath the trees, perhaps a stone's throw from the sound of the Loudwater. Calathiel lived in service to the Grey Company and fell upon the Forsaken Road. Indeed he did. Alright, goodbye Forsaken Rats. Get y'all out of the way here. Which 2 rangers are these? A little bit of flicker over there on that side. Let's move it up so maybe they don't flicker quite as much. There we go. Now the one flickering behind. Okay. Lenore was well known to you, for he lived on the Breefields and often visited your cabin to share a meal and the news. He was generally well regarded by man and Bree Hobbit alike, and it was Lenore who helped Burl Pearson construct the frame for his farmhouse south of Breetown. Lenore did not range as far afield as many of your kin, and his decision to join the Grey Company was not an easy one. You hope he knows somehow that his service was not for nothing. You and Radonir will make sure he is laid to rest upon the comfortable hills of his home. Lenore lived in service to the Grey Company and fell upon the Forsaken Road. Who is this? We'll have one more after this to find. You gaze upon Himodir's face with deep sorrow, for you remember how much he argued against coming to the Forsaken Road. He believed the words of Urgathorn should not be trusted, and thought seeking beneath the earth for the honorless ones to be a furless journey. He spoke of it to you in private, and shared his concerns with Cande, but in the end he agreed to walk the Forsaken Road. From that point onward you heard no complaint from him, and he descended bravely. I am sorry, Himodir, you whisper to his fallen form. Be at peace, my kinsman. We will not leave you here. There we go. So, guilt. Guilt is why y'all are doing this. You had people like him that said, this is stupid, and you ignored them, and they died. I'm gonna go and drink a toast to Himmeldeer, that's for sure. If it were me, Candaith, I would not have tried telling falsehoods to the undying shades of traitors. Ooh, the corpse of Candaith, huh? Ah, I am sorry, my friend. It was Candaith that did it. I said it's been a long time since we were in these parts. Candaith was dear to you, and you still keenly feel the pain of his loss. He often came to visit your cabin on the Breen Fields, and many were the nights the two of you spent in quiet conversation about the events of the day. The conversations became more serious and more grim as the shadows deepened in Middle-earth, but your favorites will always be those that were full of smiles and laughter. We came back for you, my brother. We should not have left you here for even one day. Forgive me, Candaith. Your words hang in the still air. Once you've honored the memory of your kinsmen, Radonir will help you bring them outside. I am ready for us to carry our fallen brothers outside Ceradan. Let us not delay. They have remained in this terrible place for too long already. Alright, so that's going to be the first two interludes out of the way. And we see what's befallen the Grey Company as we have left them. Obviously, they need adult supervision. Even if that adult is a hobbit, they definitely need supervision. They're not able to take care of themselves. As we finish up the coffee, I see 30 minutes have gone by, so that was good. And nice to be able to knock out a couple of those. So maybe in the next episode, we might do the last two. Interlude 3 and Interlude 4. That might be on the agenda for them. So let's go ahead and turn around here. But for now, that is going to be the end of it for me. Glad to see the Fall Festival thing popping up there again, because we are definitely going to go and do some of the Fall Festival stuff here very soon. Probably right after we get this episode recorded and up. So thank y'all for coming along. Y'all have seen Interludes 1 and 2 now. I am going to hop on Glinorin later today and get him through these two interludes, so that next time we meet with Gnarlo, we will be able to travel into number 3 and number 4. And we will see y'all then. Thank y'all for coming along. Hope you've enjoyed it. As always, love your comments and everything. And we will see you then. Bye-bye.